Hello and welcome to Pokemon TCG Daily. This is just a bonus discussion video because I'm generally curious about some of other fellow trainers' thoughts and opinions out there about the upcoming expansion, the Forbidden Light. So in case you're maybe newer to the Pokemon trading card game, so there's always a certain set amount of cards that are out, and then every couple months, usually about 4 to 5 expansions, give or take, come out during the regular year. We're soon in the midst of a new one that's going to be coming out, so pre-release events and stuff are going to be well underway. I'll be going to pre-release maybe 1 or 2 in my town. For sure, at least one. But as I was just reading some of the news about some of the cards and stuff on the Pokemon trading card website, it's one of those things. The meta is always constantly changing. So I genuinely wanted to hear some of your thoughts. I'm a little concerned about some of these cards that maybe we're gonna see another Buzzwole, how just every card's gonna have them in it. And it's one of those things. I pose this as a concern. So I can call myself a YouTuber now, but by no means can I just go fork over a bunch of money for a bunch of new cards or something. Even right now, I'm lucky enough, I've been playing long enough that I kind of have what I need, and it's not too hard. Earlier this year, I just had to get my Tapu Leles. Even those took me a couple months to get. But let's go ahead and jump down into this. In case you are ever wanting to read up on Pokemon trading card literature or anything, there's a bunch of good websites, bunch of other good YouTube channels. The Pokemon website itself is a great place to kind of read up on upcoming things. So in case you don't know, that's where all of this, I will link this, of course, down in the description down below. But as you can see, May 4th is when Forbidden Light will be hitting stores. I've already been watching a bunch of videos about upcoming cards and stuff, but we have a lot of the English translations right here. So let's go ahead and break down some of the surprising card mechanics that they are going to be bringing in with this next expansion right here. So I'm figuring out, let me zoom in just a little bit closer on this. I hope this resolution pops up. 1 second there. This is the first for me on there. So here we go. I have it zoomed in a little bit. It could be a little clearer, but it's still enough to read for what I need. So Zygarde, he's gotten a lot of love with EX cards. I don't think he has a GX card yet, so I do think this is his GX debut. So let's look at that first attack. Cell Connector. Attach 2 energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Okay, so we have another kind of almost something. I kind of remember that ability kind of reminds me something of a Max Elixir. As I'm making this, there's another Pokemon out there, I think in the standard format, that does something exactly like I got. Even just attaching energy from your discard pile, even kind of like an Aqua Patch sort of thing. So honestly, that's not that hard of a thing to pull off. Even if you're second turn attacking, I'm already thinking of ways how, if I were playing this card, I'd be running 3 to 4 of these in my deck. Then Ultra Ball, you can literally discard energy cards from your hand. All you need is a double colorless energy. So as I'm thinking this through, it is pretty tough to pull off even on your first turn, but there are ways to pull this attack off pretty well. So, but potentially by your second turn, you can be doing a whopping 130 damage. And right now, the other thing I'm thinking about in standard format, how, in my opinion, I can already see how this is going to be broken pretty quickly. If you're using Max Elixirs, God, you can get this guy powered up so quickly. So maybe I'll express my opinion. I'm not sure how I feel about this card. It is really powerful, and this is just the beginning of this powerful monstrosity. And like I said, if you decide you're going to run them, just this is all, of course, in my own. I should have said this at the beginning of the video. This is completely opinion based. But I mean, by all means, it's a great card. Even as looking at the HP, a little lower on the HP side, he has a very popular weakness. So I mean, Tapu Bulu and Golisopod GX are going to be able to knock him out in one hit, but he is a heavy attacker. I mean, and then I didn't even read his GX attack yet. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX during your opponent's next turn. So I mean, that doesn't limit out every Pokemon. So even the deck I'm gearing towards right now, Empoleon, is could knock him out potentially, but that is an intense card. So if this one, it's still just an overpowered, really a pretty powerful GX card. Nothing I don't think that can't be taken care of. What I'm not sure how I feel about, to be perfectly honest, is Bonnie. First, I'm not complaining about the artwork. God, I hope I can pull one full art Bonnie. That is an adorable adorable card. I'm sure the textures and stuff are great, but let's read this attack, the ability of this supporter card. You can play this card only if there's any stadium card in play. So not hard. I mean, any stadium card. There's Brooklet Hill. I think Brooklet Hill, Devour Field. There's other dark type ones out there. I think I can't remember the one with the volcano discard. Fighting Energy. That one is in every single fighting deck right now. I don't know why I can't remember that off the top of my head. But on to the big portion of this, discard that stadium card. During this turn, your Zygarde GX, specifically the Zygarde we just looked at up top, can use its GX attack one more time. I kind of don't like that. You know, for me, the GX attack, honestly, for me, I think the GX cards are far more balanced than the EX Pokemon. I absolutely love what they've done with the GX Pokemon so far, even if there's been some mechanics here and there that they've tweaked, but I think they've done a really good job at moving away from the EX and bringing in some. First, the GX cards look beautiful, but they've done a really good job at making them very balanced. I don't like it that you can use, a Pokemon can use its GX attack again, personally. That is, you know, its mechanic is supposed to be kind of like an all-out one attack that you can do to maybe turn the tide around in the battle. And that's what I really like about the GX mechanic, that it, you know, even when I first started playing Pokemon before the GX attacks were a thing, there was a lot of times where even where I was playing against my opponent, where once you got down a couple cards, it was impossible to make a good comeback, or very, very unlikely to be able to pull off a win. So there's that. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I said, I want to gauge everyone else's opinion. Like I said, I might be more worried about this than I need to be. But we got some other awesome cool cards. I'm actually pretty cool to see another Deancey. Prism Star brought back into here. Let's go ahead and just read through this ability really quickly. Ability: as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your fighting Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So clearly, all these cards are based around fighting Pokemon. This can also, again, another card that can help Buzzwole, another one that can help out Lucario, any of the regular Lucario or the Lucario, the promo GX Lucario right now. Again, fighting Pokemon are getting a lot of love right now. So, you know, at one of those points, I probably will break down the Lucario. I've personally want to kind of try to put together a Lucario GX deck. I think that deck could be really practical. Just a really solid card. Like I said, people really won't be seeing its attack Diamond Rain all that much. This is mostly for its ability to do more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. I won't spend too much time here. This is another Ultra Beast card that has a pretty solid attack. Like I said, this could be another card that could balance things out. I could see this card being used in grass type decks that could knock out things like Zygarde very quickly. I'm gonna buzz through the rest of these pretty quickly because nothing here I see people using too much. Guzzlord, again, another card that has some very interesting attack. Lord's Valley: if you have 2, 4, or 6 prior cards remaining, discard the top 10 cards of your deck. So that's, I mean, if you can get 4 energy cards isn't impossible, but I mean, I don't see this card being used personally all that much. We have more love for the Ultra Beast right here. The card is absolutely gorgeous. I hope they do, like, I don't know, a secret rare or something to this card. I could see kind of the different dimensions being something really cool, something kind of spacey they could do with it. Borderline, actually, this could now I'm remembering, reminds me of something of like Star Wars or Star Trek. Am I allowed to mention other franchises on a Pokemon channel? I don't know. Once during your turn, that player may search their deck for an Ultra Beast card reveal I put in their hand. Pretty straightforward. Another type of card just to search for things in your deck. I'm not running any Ultra Beasts right now, but again, this is another card that could help out. God, you know, I'm gonna say my favorite deck out there right now, good old Buzzwole. So I mean, he's gonna be around for at least one other year. So this is gonna really help all those Ultra Beasts out. We have another new Ultra Necrozma GX, very interesting one. I do not see discard all psychic energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 80 more damage for each card discarded in this way. I don't see people hardly ever running more than one type of energy. You do have a couple options. You could do, like, you know, run 4 rainbow energy. That does give you more options, but even then, so that actually, as I was saying that thought out loud, I could see it. So you could choose this card could be something you might be able to pair this with, even with like a steel type deck or something pretty well. I could think of some variations there. The GX attack, you can use this Attack only if this card, if the total of both players' remaining prize cards is six there. Hold on, let me zoom in on there. Is 6 or less, put 6 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So a pretty solid GX attack, but again, not another guy I'm super worried about. We're almost here at the bottom here. Actually, you know, the rest of these, there's some cool one. We only have 2 more, but I want to try to keep this video just a little under. I'll include the link for this down below. But like I said, the one I'm actually I want to read this now. I want to keep this video a little short. If you want to go ahead and read the rest of these, I'll include this link down in the description below. Maybe I can do something like this once. This would be fun to do maybe in the middle of the week. Just kind of go through a Pokemon article or something and gauge other people's ideas on what they think is coming up. I will be going to pre-releases, at least one Forbidden Light pre-release. Maybe I can vlog that. I for sure will show the deck that I get together. I mean, don't get me wrong. These cards are absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to hopefully get my hands on a couple of them. And like I said, this is 100% opinion based. In the last expansion, actually a card I was worried about originally was Glaceon GX, and you know what the thing is, it really didn't end up being that big of a concern. I've seen Glaceon GX make some headway with some decks, but honestly, I thought it was going to be used a lot more. I don't know if it's, someone can correct me on this, I don't know if I've seen it even peak up at any regionals or anything. So yeah, that's going to be this video. This was a fun video to get together. Like I said, I really do want to know your discussion, your thoughts on this upcoming expansion. If I can I'm gonna try to do this, you know, this is the first video of its kind. I'm just kind of rolling with this once a week, sometime in the middle of the week. If you have any other fun articles or something we can just kind of go through together, I'll share my thoughts, and then we can talk about it in the comment section down below. But this has been Pokemon TCG Daily. Don't forget that subscribe button if you're brand new. On today's video, we hit the 100th booster pack opening that I've done consecutively. So yay, I ended up opening 2 booster packs. So you should go check that out. I got a lot of future plans for this channel. Thank you for tuning in, and fellow trainers, I will see you tomorrow as always, and have a fantastic Wednesday.